Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video, and in this video, as the title says, I just want to share with you guys how it is like to study medicine in Turkish as a foreign student, as a foreigner from, of course, another country studying in Turkey. So for myself, I'm Malawian, and Malawi is a country that uses English as its official language, because Malawi was once a British colony until 1964 when it got its independence. And up until then, Malawi has been an independent country, but we still use English in our schools. English is still the language of command in our schools. So fast forward, I finished my high school. I'm here in Turkey for my university studies, but my school was in Turkish. So for me, in order to start school, I was gonna have to learn the language first. So I started school at the language learning center, the Turkish language learning center. So I studied the language first, like I think 8 or 7 months. After that, fast forward, okay, I started my university. So I'm this person who, by the time I came to the country, I never knew any Turkish word. So I learned everything about Turkish, in school, like at the language school. But the thing is, when you're at a language school, you're just learning the language. It's grammar, how to use it, and stuff like that. But when it comes to studying in medicine, it's all about the physics, the biology. These things have some terminology, and I don't know this. They're all in Turkish. I have to learn them all over again. So I'm sure you can imagine how hard that can be. So I started school. My first day, guys, it was like something like some kind of hell. I completely understood nothing. Like, it's the same biology or biophysics or something like that they're teaching you, but you can't understand anything. Just imagine that. So the language itself was really a burden. Like in school, I had to struggle, like, maybe the whole first week just passed by without understanding anything. So that would be the first challenge. And the other challenge is that, the school system, back in Malawi, the school system is different. When I was here, I came here, the school system was different. Just one example would be that, in Malawi, like in high school, most of our exams, like when we're doing things, we mostly do them like we write, like it's mostly like something like essays. And when I came here, I meet this school, they have oral exam. I think that I don't remember doing any oral exam be in my high school. And also the exams here are mostly multiple choice. So multiple choice, we used to have multiple choice in Malawi in high school, but it wasn't that much. Mostly was like written something essay, you have to write what you understand. Things that were really different from here, and I had to adapt this multiple choice system. They have these things called barrage, like for you to, in order to pass an exam, like you need to get a certain mark, and if you don't get that certain mark, they have to deduct some marks from what you got. It's something complicated that even if I go into explaining that, it's gonna take the entire day. Let's say you're supposed to get a 60 in an exam, and then you get 50. What they're gonna do is that they are going to take, like, they'll count, they have to count, like, from 50 to 60, there's 10 marks. So if you get 50, it means they're going to take 10 marks from your 50, and then you're going to get a 40 from this exam. Can you imagine? Like, seriously, you're getting my mark, and that's it. Like, that was the school system. Like, it was the system at that time when I was studying like medicine in Ankara University, you guys. That's crazy. So the hardest part of studying in Turkish was that I had to be a passive student. Being a passive student was never a thing in my world. You know, in Malawi, I was this student who was like, I was usually talking, like giving answers, asking questions in class. You know, I was this active student in class, and all of a sudden being a passive student. Can you imagine how that depressing could be? Yeah, so I was a passive student, a thing that I was never used to, and that really felt bad because you really just look like the dumb person in the class, and of which that was not the case because throughout my entire high school life, as much as I remember, I've always been on top 5 of my class, and I would say top 3 because I had position 4 just once, but mostly I was on position 1, 2, 3. So I was this, you can tell I was this hardworking student. I studied hard, I got good marks, and yeah, I used to do good like in my exams. I used to do good in class, so it means I used to give questions whenever the teacher was asking. So giving answers, asking questions, like I made sure I understand the stuff when we're in class, so that it wasn't hard for me when I go back to study it. So coming here, being a passive student, it was just so bad for me. You know. And if you've been in my position, it could be in another country, you're studying in a different language, you totally understand what I'm trying to say and how it really feels. Not good at all. And also I would say that okay, I studied medicine, I completed my studies, I graduated, but it's not okay. When I said I graduated, I finished, it looks maybe simple just to talk it, but guys, trust me, it was a struggle. Like if I say it was a struggle, you should feel me. It was really a struggle because I had to sacrifice all my social life. I had to sacrifice like all the meetings with the friends, all the other things. My weekends, you know, I had to study hard. And I can already imagine that I think I studied maybe 4 times more than my Turkish colleagues used to study, because all I know is that every weekend, if it's not a holiday, I was always home studying. I know I would go inside like at home on Friday and leave also on Monday just to go to school. So the only thing I used to do was homeschool, homeschool, homeschool. There was nothing like social life for me, visiting friends, blah blah. I had no time for that. I had to leave everything that I used to do. Like I wouldn't go to a friend's place because for me at that time that was a waste of time, because I really had to study. I had a lot of stuff to catch up with, so the weekend was the time for me to catch up with everything that we had in school. So whenever we learn anything, like, you know, I used to study every day. When I get home, I was studying also every day, and also on weekend I had to repeat what I learned like throughout the entire week. And if I have time, I was just trying to also prepare what we're gonna learn like the next day, because we're normally given the timetable and the topic that we're gonna learn like the next day, the following day. So I would prepare that just to make sure that I keep myself updated, just to keep myself that I'm not lost, just to keep myself, you know, yeah, like trying to be like everyone else. But guys, it was a struggle. If I say a struggle, you should understand what I'm trying. And I'm gonna share with you guys this silly mistake that I made when I was in my first year of medicine. And we're going to have an exam. This was my first exam, my laboratory exam, anatomy exam to be precise, like anatomy. I think biochemistry exam, we used to have it like on the same day. So for me, you know, I've been studying, yeah, I know, but the night before the exam, I was feeling sleepy, but I couldn't go to sleep. I was like, oh, I have to study, I have to study. And guys, I had to study like 2 in the morning and then going for an exam. That was so silly. And I went, of course, the exam didn't go well as I wanted it to be. But I realized like this was so silly. After that mistake, I never stayed up until morning to study for an exam. Never. I never did that. Never again. I never did that mistake in my life anymore. So just for you as well, if you're trying to study like 2 in the morning before the exam day, that's not gonna work, guys. Trust what you've been studying and use the time before the exam to study, not the night before the exam, just to stay awake till the next morning. That's crazy, and I think that's really insane. Yeah, so after that, I learned to listen to my body. So as much as I was studying, I also used to listen to my body. So when I'm studying and I feel sleepy, I couldn't hesitate but go to bed and then wake up when I'm so energetic, so much that I can study and understand what I'm studying. And that's how it all went throughout the 6 years of my study. Yeah, so there's actually a lot. If I go into details, that's not gonna end, but these are some of the challenges that I experienced while studying medicine in Turkish. And I just want some of you to get motivated. Maybe you gave up if you didn't do well in the first exam or something like that, but I will assure you that if you study hard, if you really want it bad, it's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna pass that exam, you're gonna succeed, you're gonna graduate as well from the med school or the other departments that are in Turkish. You can do it. If I did it, you can also do it. So yeah, just work hard, be ready to make sacrifices, but that's gonna pay off in the end, trust me. Yeah, so if there's anything you want to know, if there is anything you want to hear from this channel, just let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to give you responses, to give answers to the things that you're curious about. And yeah, so until next time, let me say bye.